If you're looking for some inspiration today, you're really going to enjoy my guest. Tim McBride is a real estate professional who's got a heart for giving back. And today we're going to talk about Change Agent Arizona, which is an awards program that recognizes real estate professionals for using their real estate platform to give back to the community. Tim's super passionate about his program, and we've got an event coming up on October 28th that you're going to hear a lot more about. And by the way, spoiler alert, we're going to announce who the finalists for this year are. I sure hope you enjoy hearing from Tim McBride right here. Well, if you've got a heart for giving back, you're going to really enjoy my guest today. Tim McBride is the founder of Arizona Change Agent, and we're going to talk today about the event that's coming up in October. And spoiler alert, we're going to announce who is the finalist for the 3 Change Agent Awards this year. So Tim McBride, thanks for being with me today.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to the conversation.
Well, so we've been working together for the last over a year now on this event.
We have. Yeah.
We launched last year's event, which was amazing, and thank you so much for asking us to support you in your journey. I want to just start, for those who don't know about it, how did this event come about and what is your inspiration?
Yeah, long story. It's a long story, so I'll try to consolidate it into a minute or two here and not take up too much of our conversation with it. But coming from the sports world, I really try to incorporate a lot of the influences from that industry into my business, right? And I always saw sport as a platform that served beyond just the platform of entertainment. I always saw athletes as more than as just gifted talents in whatever capacity that they compete in. They also are role models, superheroes, and ambassadors for a lot of good in the communities that they play in, right? And teams the same. So when I got into real estate, I saw a similar relationship with access to people, but that there's a platform where we could do more. And 2 years ago, over the years, I built my nonprofit of Homes for Good. I've done all these events around my business about giving back, but I wanted to create something that celebrated more of us, that were using the platforms we have to serve beyond the need of just the client and the transaction, and help build back our community.
And specifically in real estate, you wanted to really honor those real estate agents that were going out of their way to get back and make a difference.
Correct. The ones that do it genuinely, and it's just a part of who they are. And it's kind of, they have that bigger why, that like, my business is important to me, but I also have a responsibility in this role to do more, type of thing. And one award has always resonated with me that I've always admired, and it's really been standing out more and more as I've kind of grown in my responsibilities as being a parent. And that is legacy. What is my response? How am I being seen and experienced, not just to my clients, but to my family through real estate? And what kind of legacy am I leaving?
Yep.
And I love the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year award, because Sweetness, the nickname, everyone knows who he is if you're a sports fan.
And from Chicago.
And from Chicago. He is a Hall of Fame running back, has all these awards, and recognized for such talents on the field. But his legacy, to me, is what's left behind, and that is his impact in the community. And it was so strong that the NFL actually created an award for it. And it's such an honor. Every team nominates a player, and it's for what they do in the community through their platform of sport. And it's such a powerful reminder that we all have a platform. We can all use the gifts we've been given and the platforms we serve in to maybe do a little more.
Yeah, and as it relates to that award, maybe not everybody knows this, but because I'm a big fan of watching the Super Bowl, so they give that award. Those finalists are recognized at the Super Bowl, which is the biggest football event of the year. And then usually Walter Payton's family is there, to recognize his legacy as well. And so when you take a look at that award, there's multiple players who are nominated for it, and then there's a finalist that gets announced that year. And the stories are always so great to hear about what they've done to give back.
Absolutely. And I think these players, it's such an honor for them to be chosen by their teammates for that role. And I think they really appreciate what it means, right? That their career is so much bigger than just their time on the field.
Yeah.
And they really embrace that, and they pour into the cities that they get to play in. And, sport is so much more than entertainment, right? And those guys are living it out in real time, and the communities benefit from it, the families, people, whatever capacity in which they're serving benefit from it. And it's within the cities that they play in, which is great.
Yeah.
So I just took that and said, well, instead of trying to, help build up change agents, let's go find ones that are doing it already, and let's create an event that celebrates them for the work they're doing, not just as as agents in their professional space, but as who they are as human beings in their role, and how they're aligned with local organizations and using their everyday responsibilities to give back. And let's just put on an event that celebrates them. You know, they're superheroes to the people that they serve.
And I want to mention before we share who the finalists were for this year, that last year and this year, these are all real estate advisors that are outside of the real estate company that you work with.
Correct.
So these are not people from your own company. These are not people from your own brokerage. These are people potentially competitors, right?
Correct.
And obviously never once have you thought of them that way, right? Because you're completely inspired by their stories.
Yes.
But it's really fun to see that this is not something that's necessarily limited to your group. This is an Arizona-wide
Absolutely.
selection process.
I really want to make it clear. It's totally broker agnostic. It has nothing to do with real brokerage where I'm at or my team. It has to do with, who they are as human beings.
Yeah.
Right? And this is such a relationship business. So it benefits us to be in relationship with one another anyways, right? To serve both sides of the deal. But what I really wanted to be clear early on, that these weren't agents that I was necessarily selecting. And, I don't know all the agents out there, obviously, right? I don't have access to their stories and who they are as human beings outside of their role. So I had to build a team, and you included, an iconic life of who do you know in this space that you admire the work and who they are in terms of their role and how they're, doing a lot of good through their role, their capacity as real estate agents. So I built a team, and I kind of challenged them, like, who would you recommend for this type of award?
Yep.
Knowing what the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year award is, that you would bring to the real estate space.
And so one of the things that we did a couple of months ago is we did a brainstorm with all the major partners who are part of this organization. So thank you for having Iconic Life as one of your partners.
Thank you.
Well, it's
Huge
been
help.
Well, we're really excited about what this mission is, and we're excited about recognizing people that are giving back. So I want you to talk about the partners in a second, but as the partners, we all got together, kind of helped talk through with you to even further elevate and advance what happened last year, and to take a look at, how do we move forward in the new year? And you were the one who decided, hey, we're going to recognize 3 finalists, and we had 10, 11, 12 wonderful nominees that came to us from a number of people, and then we interviewed all of them. So lucky me, I got to meet them all.
Yeah, and all are deserving in their own way, right? And that's what was so special. And we had 12 incredible nominees, and there's 40,000 plus maybe active real estate agents. So it goes to show you there's probably so many more out there, and a lot of these agents aren't using it as marketing material. Right, they're doing it just out of the kindness of their heart. Right, it's something they believe in and they're passionate about, and they know every day when they step out into the world that their responsibility is to be in relationship with people, that they can, in some ways share these stories of the programs that they help.
And one of the things that you really were clear about during this whole interview process is that you wanted people that were using their real estate platform to do good in the community. So it wasn't just everybody we met was doing wonderful things, but it wasn't just people who are doing great things in the community. It was that intersection of their real estate platform meets their charitable giving and their giving of their time. That was kind of the secret, matrix that helped determine who the finalists were.
Absolutely, and it's hard to define, but once you start breaking down each candidate and the conversations we had and the questions we asked, it became clear which ones, are really doing that. They see what their platform represents in terms of exposure to these groups that they're so committed to, and the commitment level that these agents have, all of them, to the organizations they care about is super inspiring. Like, I wish I was like that all the time. These agents care so much about every organization they are supporting, and it was really such an honor to hear their stories. It inspires me, and I'm sure it inspired you too.
Oh, it inspired me so much.
Like, to care that much, and to go out of your way to continue to pour into these groups that desperately need it, right? The people that work for these groups are such inspiring people, because they pour into people and they need the help, and we have an opportunity with the exposure we have to people to help them.
Yeah, you've got a whole network. Yeah. Really great to hear the stories. Share with everybody the partners who are part of this whole thing this year.
So the 3 key partners are yourself. Iconic Life Magazine is a huge partner. Livingstone Home Builders, another incredible partner. They've last year honored us by donating the venue, which was super special, that we can talk about, and they're opening up the venue again to us, and they want to continue to grow and help us scale because they see the potential of what we're doing as well. So Iconic Life, yourself, Livingstone Home Builders, and Michael Creel with Forward Loans have been the biggest 3 to really get behind and support what we're doing. Chicago Title has been another huge supporter of what we're doing, helping us be a representative in terms of identifying other great agents out there through their their network of escrow officers that are working with agents all over the valley.
Yep.
And then we've had a few, State 48's a big supporter, and we've had a few other groups kind of plug in here and there. But the main three right now, as we've really grown this year, that have really stepped up are yourself, Livingstone Home Builders, and Forward Loans.
Yeah, it's been, really inspiring. It's really easy to do too, by the way. It's really, this has been a fun thing. So just a couple nuts and bolts, because we're just going to hold the suspense for who the finalists are. So in addition to the partners, I also want to just share with everybody that the event is going to be happening on October 28th.
Yes.
And so we're going to be back at that wonderful house that Livingstone Builders has completed construction on. So that's going to be fun. We had a lot of fun last year.
We did.
Stringing electricity and all sorts of things to a house that was under construction, which was so symbolic for a wonderful initiative that was under construction. It was year one. And so we had a magical night there, honored 5 wonderful real estate agents who are continuing to be involved in this whole process.
I love that you brought that up, actually, because it's really important that who we identify and who ends up being recognized are ones that see the bigger picture as well and are going to help build this into something even bigger next year, to kind of create a network of change agents that want to support one another in our initiatives here in the city and beyond, because there's interest already from other cities, but find those that want to continue to pour in, not just accept the award and move on, but actually see what it could mean for them personally and professionally, but also want to help bring that next group along. So the first 5, we're not here today if it wasn't for them saying yes and being so honored to receive the award last year. They could easily just said, I appreciate it, year one, but no thanks. But they all are amazing, professionals in our industry and amazing people that really, really valued the experience and the recognition. And that to me is the reason why I was so motivated to do it again and build and make it bigger and better for year 2. And the same thing as we go into the 3rd and 4th and 5th and scale beyond that. There's a lot of potential on this. And if we get the right people on board on both sides, we can do a lot of good and celebrate a lot of incredible agents and stories of people's lives being changed because of our responsibilities as agents. Yep.
Making a difference for sure. Yep. So this year you changed the name to Arizona Change Agent, which I love because we're really keeping our eyes open for agents and advisors across the state of Arizona who are doing incredible things. So that's one of the big things that's happening. We've got our event coming up this year. Tickets are for sale for the event.
Correct.
And so we are doing that to raise funds for the charities of the 3 finalists. So this is not a profit center. This is not a moneymaker. We're not using those ticket prices to pay for the event.
Nope.
So all of those funds are going to go towards the 3 charities of the 3 finalists. And so I love that. There's very few organizations that do that. So you're doing a lot of underwriting of the event. We've got a couple sponsors. And so anybody who buys a ticket knows that their whole ticket price is going to go towards the donation.
Correct. And absolutely. And I think that's a fun feature to add to it, that these agents get honored for who they are. They get recognized as being the superhero to these organizations that, they care so much about, and there's a benefit for them. Yeah. And if we can leave the event knowing that we celebrated agents and also made an impact in the city at the same time, I think that's pretty unique. And I hope people will see the value in that and want to get behind it.
Yep.
They are limited, obviously. I think that makes it, hopefully appealing. It comes with, great food and wine and champagne. It's an elevated kind of cocktail hour.
Yeah.
We make it a celebration, but elevated. Something that people will really want to be a part of. We have live music, and then we've got 2. I'll keep it quiet, but we have 2 incredible speakers coming.
Can you say who they are, or not yet?
I think we'll hold off for a little bit.
More surprises.
Yeah, more surprise. But these guys, 2 guys here in the Valley, one in the for-profit space, I say, but also does a lot in the philanthropic space, but really is someone I've looked up to and admired from the moment I moved here 10 years ago, what he's built in the business and what his team has built and how they've used for-profit to also have a social responsibility component to it. And it's a big part of who he is in the mission of their business. And the other is in the athletic world, and has ties, I will say, to the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And I can't wait for him to speak and share his connection relationship to it, because I think it'll be super inspiring.
Yeah.
And then we have the 3 agents, which is less than last year. I think last year we did 5, and that was incredible. But I think we want this to be something that is really valued and people feel really honored when they win, I think. So less is more. So it was hard to say no to some of these agents, but we have 3 incredible agents that received their nominations, and then were recognized to be the 3 for the 2025 Change Agents of Arizona class.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for them to speak and share that night, who they are and the why behind what they do, and tell the stories of these organizations they help, because they're all changing lives every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I am so proud of the 3 finalists. So is it time that we should share the finalists for the 2025 Change Agent Award?
Absolutely. And, I'd like to first say thank you to Frank Azami, Brian North, Ashley DeBeebe, Logan Hall, and Chris Lunenberg for being the Change Agents of last year.
Yes.
They really paved the way for us to have this event this year, and their contributions into helping nominate the next round of agents as well, for their commitment to seeing what we're building and want to be a part of it was massive. And again, if it's not for them saying yes last year and appreciating what we're trying to accomplish and wanting to get behind it, we're not doing this. So it's another way for me to say truly thank you.
Yes.
For believing in this, for believing in me and what I want to create, and my partners that got behind me. And I think we've got something truly special, and to have you guys get behind this means more than anything. So, and the same goes to you guys, to you and Nate and Abby with Livingstone, and to Mike Creel with Ford. Like, for you guys wanting to be a part of this, it just motivates me more and more to want to continue to build. So I'm so honored to be able to celebrate another 3 agents. And again, you got to be a part of this one this year and sit with each and every one and ask some questions and get to know them. So the 3 agents this year are Laura Jewett, Michelle Colbert, and Jeff Fields. And we'll have some information on them, but they probably don't know we're announcing this yet on the podcast. But they're so excited to start promoting, that they've been recognized and honored as change agents, and just want to say thank you to them for, again, accepting the nomination and seeing the value of it and wanting to be part of it.
Well, and I want to say thank you to all 3 of them for painting a picture and letting me know that I am not doing enough in this community, because I was looking at all 3 of them, the amount of time they're spending on their initiatives, the heart that goes into their initiatives, the creativity that goes into their initiatives. Correct. I saw passion, I saw dedication, I saw commitment. These are not people that are just doing a little something on a Saturday. No. These are initiatives that they're engaged in really 7 days a week, all 3 of them, super involved. So it's a really wonderful 3 finalists, and it's going to be exciting to tell their story. So Iconic Life magazine will be telling the story. The October issue will feature these 3 agents, and we'll have that issue at the event. And then through social media and your social media and everything, we'll be getting the word out about everybody.
Amazing. Yeah, and again, it goes back to what you said. These agents are using the platform they have of being professional real estate agents to elevate their service to meet these organizations' needs. Yeah. They bring their networks into it. They bring their clients into it. They bring their transactions into it. And their just heart is for these groups every single day. And they find a way to use real estate as a way to serve those groups. Absolutely. Right.
Really impressive work. So I know the tickets are $150. So Tim, how do people get a ticket to this event?
Couple ways right now. We've just finished up the new website. On there'll be a link for people to purchase. We are limiting tickets this year. This is an exclusive event. It's not just show up and participate. You got to purchase or have an invitation from partners or agents that are last year's honorees or this year's honorees. So it's a very exclusive event, and there's a reason for that. We want to keep it controlled, and we want it to be in a room that feels like they're there to celebrate a great story. So the tickets are, like you said, $150. The website is www.changeagentsarizona.com.
Yep.
If for some reason you don't want to use the website, feel free to contact me directly. Yep. We have Change Agents of Arizona Instagram channel. We have my personal channel on Instagram, LinkedIn. You can always contact me through those channels. Yourself as well. Me. Iconic Life, contact Renee.
Yeah.
Actually, just contact Renee.
You could do that.
But yeah, we're here to help. And again, I think it's important that people know 150 and all proceeds go to charity. I do have the Homes for Good 501c3, so that's the foundation behind the event.
Yeah.
The funds will go there, and then they will all be distributed to, depending on how much we raise, to the 3 nonprofit partners of the agents recognized that night.
Well, I know you take a back seat to all of the finalists, but I just want to say that I have watched you and your passion and your dedication and your commitment to this initiative over the last year and a half. And it's very much a 7-day-a-week situation for you too.
It is.
But I love that you are elevating and sharing the stories of people that are doing such amazing things in our community and inspiring others to do more, because you can't hear these stories and not take a look at yourself and realize the opportunity that's in front of you to be able to do more as well. And so it's really it's a great thing that we get to be involved in. So thanks for having Iconic Life as one of your partners.
Thank you. And that means a lot. It's when I hear that type of feedback, it just makes me want to continue to pour into these events more and more. I believe it's why I'm in this business, to show the potential that we have as real estate professionals to not just serve our clients, but serve the needs of our city at the same time. That's how Change Agent came to light. It was a challenge to myself. How can I do a little more?
Yeah.
What is my bigger why? And for me, naturally, I tend to lean in the charitable space. And, I'm a man of faith, and God showed me real quick that sport and real estate are very similar in terms of access to people.
Yeah.
And if I can just kind of see opportunities in my everyday business to kind of connect the dots to great organizations here that need help, then I'm going to do it. And, I can't do it alone. And it's not about necessarily just giving money, but if I can create platforms that plant seeds in people to maybe, find ways in their own worlds to help,
Yep.
then it's a win. But to bring it to this industry and showcase, agents that are going above and beyond every day, not just for their clients, but for their city is pretty awesome. And
It is.
I think we could do some really great work if we all kind of come together and support the people doing it.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Well, super excited about October 28th. Thanks for the
Yes.
conversation.
Yes,
We're going to
thank
get the
you.
word out. Buy your tickets if you are inspired by this conversation, and we will keep the conversation going, Tim McBride.
Appreciate you. Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Well, that's the pod. Thanks for joining me this week. Please make sure to subscribe to the podcast and hit the bell so that you never miss an episode. And for more about Iconic Life, please go to iconiclife.com. Until next time, I'm Renee D. We'll see you soon.